Good afternoon. Welcome to my page. I'm Michelle, and this is my page, Glitzy Yaya. If you're watching this part of the video, you're probably watching the replay, so hashtag replay, and just let me know that you're here. So we are going to just share this out real quick. As you're popping home on, just say hello and let me know that you're here. Hi Amanda, how are you? Hi Heidi, hi Nina, hi Tina. How are y'all doing today? Let me get over here so I can get make sure this is turned down. All right, welcome, welcome. Thanks for the sprinkles. So today we are with the Bright and Early and Evening Crafters, and today is Fairy Fantasy and Dressed Up. So last week, Debbie was talking about wearing wigs and how she liked to play dress up, and so we came up with this theme, and so everybody is dressing up, and so let me get it so y'all can see the top. So y'all got my fantasy, my fairies up there. You see my fairy in the... It's gonna go up. I'll probably mess it up. Anyway, I made this wig for my BAM retreat. Thank you. And so I thought, why not get more use out of it? So I had it decorated for Christmas, and I had all of the BAM presenters inside, and so I thought, why not redo it for fairies? So we have our fairy right here. Oh wait, hold on a minute. Let me find it. I don't know if I can find them. This one over here. I should have done this before I came on, because now I can't find it. Oh, there it is. Okay. So we have our fairy garden and our flowers, and then you open it up, and then we have our fairy, and then we have our fairy right there, and we have our mushrooms, and they're having a party. It's like a disco party inside. So we have our fairy right there, and we got our flowers and our butterflies. So they're just having a good time. So anyway, so I thought, why not get more use out of it than just one? So we just redid it. So today I was trying to think what to do, and I really didn't want to start. Thank you, Margarita. Hi, Maureen. I didn't want to start a new project because y'all know I need to finish some projects. So I had started this one. It's the little queen bee, and so she has wings, and she's kind of like fairy-ish because she's gonna have wings. And thank you, Robin. So we're gonna finish her out. So I know it's probably gonna be a little bit boring because I am going to, thanks MJ, bling out the wings, but I am gonna use bigger rhinestones. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna put her wings on, and then we're gonna put her sleeves on. And then of course, she has her crown. We're gonna put the crown on. And I think we're gonna have her sitting on this base, and we'll put more flowers around this base. So that's what we're gonna do today. So how are y'all doing today? I did not clean my glasses before I came on, so let me, having a hard time seeing. See if I can get them clean real quick. Probably just made it worse. I need to have my eyeglass cleaner over here. It's probably gonna be worse, but we'll see. Yeah. I'm putting a paper towel. Because otherwise I cannot see what the comments are saying. Okay, much better. She's a pet to the fairy. Hi, Priscilla. How are you? Okay, so I'm gonna this is yellow and white, and I just kind of want the white ones. So I'm just gonna dump them in here and kind of get the bigger white ones because I don't want it to take forever. And yes, I probably should have done this beforehand, but hopefully it's not gonna take too much time. And then I have some little bitty rhinestones here. Ooh. I may put these little clear ones. I don't know. I'll just set them aside. Get some more. Maybe it'd be easier to put them in my hand. So how are y'all doing today? It's been a pretty good day. Caught up on sleep. I slept a little later this morning because I didn't have any sleep yesterday. We went and saw the grandbaby. So it was definitely worth not getting sleep. He's getting so big. So yeah, I got big plans for this week. I'm gonna try to get my husband to put me some shelves up today because I am running out of room for all the things that I'm making. So hopefully we can get that done. I ordered the brackets. So we'll just have to go to Lowe's and get the wood. And so I'm trying to get these big ones because then it won't take so long if we have these big ones, and then we can fill in with the smaller ones. There's a couple more big ones, and then we'll get started. I saw Debbie this morning. She had her long, luscious hair. I am going to have to go catch some replays. And I do go back and watch the replays. Sometimes I forget to put hashtag replay, and I need to get better about that. So they'll know that I'm there. All right, let me just put this in here. We'll have rhinestones everywhere. I need a bigger funnel. I think I'm just going to set this aside because I'm just making a big old mess right here. Okay. Thanks, Debbie. You look good this morning too. Okay, so we have our wings. I just cut those out of heart cookie cutters, and then so we're gonna just stick them on there. So let's get started with this. And I have a thing right there. So I'm just gonna go a little bit at a time so our glue doesn't dry. See if I can get the big ones. And we'll go big, small, big, small. So we'll have enough to go around. So I know rhinestoning is kind of boring when you're watching, but it has a big impact when you get done. This side. Just want to go around. Okay. Thank you. Hi, Sandy. Do y'all do a lot of rhinestoning? I don't do a whole lot, just because sometimes I don't have the patience for it. But if you're just sitting there just wanting to chill out, this would be a craft to do. You don't really have to think about it. Okay, I want to make sure I have enough to go on the other side too. So I think maybe I'm going to spread it out and actually add some. Maybe add these teeny tiny ones inside too. Just to make it last. And let's put some over here. Hey Mama, how are you? Oop, y'all see what I did? I grabbed the wrong glue. It's okay. Okay, we're gonna put one of these at the bottom, that way it'll match. These little ones. Up there. that's what we have. And then we'll fill in the center. Let's see what we got over here. Oh, you need to stand up. I can do both sides at the same time. That way we'll kind of be even. But, I mean, it's wings. It's kind of like our hair. Everything's not the same. I'll put one in the middle. So if it's not the same, it's okay. But the bigger your rhinestone, the faster this does go, so. Let's see. So I only have 3 real big ones left, so let's start using these little ones. I may have to take some off the other one because I have a lot more big ones on the other one. Actually, let me do that. Let's see. Take that one off. And we'll put 2 small ones right there. I'll put 2 small ones over here. There. Okay, let's see how that goes. And let's see, let's go small. 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 Oh, turn over. The name of the event is Fairy, Fantasy, and Dress Up. Thank you, Michelle. So, did you catch my wig? We have our fairy house right here, and we have our fairies. And then inside, they're having a party. So I had made this wig for another event, and so I just recycled it and put fairies in there. Put that right there in the center. Yeah, I think maybe we got enough to go around the bottom or the side. And then we'll get the one more. Okay, so there we have that one. Hi, Crystal. So that worked out. I need this. Let me see if I can. Need this spray. See if I can get all these yellows off. That over there so we don't get that messed up. All right, so I'm just gonna pour some Okay, yeah, and then have the wig. What you trying to say, Ribbon? I'd be a good drag queen? Is that what you're saying? Boy, some of those wigs and their dress up is fantastic. And their makeup is spot on. I wished I could do my makeup like that. Okay, so this one already has some glue in it, so I'm gonna try to use it. I did not work last night. I went to, I got off work the night before, or yesterday morning, and we just drove to San Angelo to see my grandbaby. But that night that I worked, the babies were nice. And it's always nice when I don't have to be a charge nurse and I can just be a staff nurse and I get to take care of the babies. That's my favorite part. And a lot of times I have to be the charge nurse, and then you have to be responsible for everybody. But I still sneak in some baby time. Okay. And I may just do one wing because this is kind of boring. And then we'll finish the bee, and then if we have time, come back and finish this. I just wanted to get this done and get it off my table because I've been on a streak and trying to finish everything, so. I need one of those diamond pencils that you can do multiple at a time. I think that would be a lot faster. I think the event that I did this on was Adventures in Crafting, and it was Embrace the Bling or something. Anyway, it had to have a lot of bling on it, so that's why I'm actually rhinestoning this. Because otherwise, glue would be a perfect, not glue, glitter would be a great alternative. Because it's just as sparkly and it's a whole lot quicker. Hi, Dee. I do, Christine. If they're stable, yes. And we try to, especially sometimes parents are out of town and they have other kids and they can't get there as much as they like. So we try to make sure everybody gets cuddles. This is taking a lot longer than I thought. I'm sorry. I think probably because I'm trying to hurry. I'll probably have a headache when we get off. Hi, Wendy. How are you? looking down with this wig on. It's not as heavy as my very first one I made. This one's a whole lot better. Thank you, Kathleen. Hola. Aloha. I'll get my words right in a minute. I'm so used to Eliza coming on saying hola, hola. But you are aloha. Yeah, we're just gonna do one of these, and I may even just do one side. Just kind of wanted y'all to see what it's gonna look like. I think it's gonna look really pretty. Just to turn over. Trying to pick them up two at a time. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do half of it and then we'll finish the bee. And then if we got time, we can come back to this. Because y'all don't want to spend a whole hour watching me put rhinestones on. And the way this is going, that's how long it's going to take. Just trying to put the rhinestones where the glue's still wet, just so I'm not wasting the glue. Almost done. Just finish this line right here and we'll be done. Okay, I think that's good. So you can kind of see, get it all rhinestone, and then it'll have all the bling on there. So we'll get both of those done, but we're gonna work on our sleeve. I have two characters right over here I need to stand up and dry, and they are wanting to lay down. All right, I'm just gonna put the lid on that. Hi, Debbie. Thank you. Okay, so we have our little bee, our bee queen. And so I have this ribbon that I'm gonna make the sleeves, I think. So I think I want to pleat it. So we're just gonna, I'm gonna fold this over and glue it so we can cover up that. You could draw the ribbon up, but I think I'm gonna pleat it this time and see kind of what that looks like. just going to fold that down and glue it. Thank you. Okay. So I'm just going to go back and forth with the pleat. Just leave a little space in between. I'll just do kind of a long one, that way hopefully we can do both sides at the same time. But you can see how I'm just pleating it. Hi, Donna. It is Fairies, Fantasy, and Dress Up, Michelle. That's what it is. So Debbie was talking about wigs last week on her live, and we were talking about how much fun it would be to dress up. And so that's how the event came to be. So we could all wear our wigs and dress up. I did not have a fairy outfit, so this was the blingiest thing that I had. And then I even have a ruffled skirt on, which I don't know why I did, because you can't see it. Thank you. Okay, let's see. That's probably enough. But let's see. If not, we can always do more. So before me was, and y'all tell me if I've got it wrong, was I Gotta Have That with Denise. She was on before me. And then after me is Gma's Workshop with MJ. And then after MJ, you got Glamour Ritz with Maritza. And Dee will be on at 4 with That's So Cute by Dee. Maureen is at 5. Home for Every Season. Donna's Crafts at 7. Love, Faith, Love Crafts with Lucy is at 7. And Not Just Gifts, Memories with Jennifer at 8. She will close us out. Thank you. I made it. So I'm going to cut right there, I think. And I'll just do the same thing, just fold that under. So yeah, when I go to retreats and they have costumes, I like to dress up. And I always make my husband dress up the theme too. So this one was Mrs. Claus. So I had on this with it was decorated in Christmas, and I had a red dress on, like Mrs. Claus. And then my husband, I got him a red suit, and I put sequins all over it. And then I got this inexpensive pair of shoes, and I put green and red glitter all over the shoes. So he was and then he let me, hi Shannon, how are you? He really was a good sport because he also let me glitter his beard. And so we had him in the hotel room. They probably thought, what in the world? Because there was glitter everywhere. But I had him get in the bathtub, and I put tons of hairspray in his beard, and I just dumped glitter all in his beard, and then I sprayed it. So anyway, he was cute. Okay, so let's see. Make sure this is gonna work. I don't want that tucked under there. And I may, like I said, I may have to, I think it's gonna look better gathered. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're just gonna take this off. And then I'm just gonna gather it. The pleats just was not working. And I have glued that, so hopefully it's not, it was so much fun, yes. At Fate Baker's, we also did the same thing, and my dress was more, it was like a cream colored, and so he had like the outfit, like you would see like on Bridgerton, if y'all have seen that. He had the little tails, and so that was his outfit at Fate Baker's. And I had a brown wig. That one was my first one, and I did learn because that one was so heavy. I used a lot of wire in that one, and so it made it a lot heavier. So this one I used more boning, I guess I don't really know what it's called. But it's really lightweight to make the cage for the hair. So it was a lot better. So I've just gathered that up for the sleeve. No, it's not. I mean, it's heavier than I think just a normal wig because it's got the frame in there, the cage, but it's not bad at all. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of tuck that under there. I wonder if it'll... Yeah, I think that'll work. I'm just gonna put this glue right next to her arms and right under her neck so it'll stay. And that needs to go there. And that goes there. I should have brought some pins to hold that in place. Go down there. I like that. Okay, I'm just going to put a dot of hot glue so it'll just hold it until the other glue sets, because we all know that hot glue is not gonna hold on your clay. You just need it to hold until the liquid glue dries. Okay. So we got the little sleeve there. Okay. This one. It wasn't, I'm gonna be honest though, I did go on YouTube and I found a lady who offers wig classes, and so I did sign up for her class because I had no clue where to even start. And so I took that class and then kind of just played around with it to learn how to do the trap door. There was a lot of YouTube watching to try to figure it out. So, because her class was just like the basic wig making, but I knew I wanted it to have the little trap door. So it wasn't a quick thing by all means. It did take, I worked on it for several months, but off and on. I didn't work on it constantly. It's just whenever I had some extra time is when I worked on it. Okay. I'm gonna do the same thing with this one. I think this one's a little bit too long, so I'm just going to glue it right there. Because I don't want to cut it and lose my wire. Okay, I'm going to put some glue. Same thing, I'm just going to tuck that right there under her arm. Kind of go up into the neck. Trying to get it tucked under her arm a little bit. Okay. So we got our little sleeves on. Can you see? Yes. And it's held, there's a little magnet up there. And right now I have mushrooms, and I have the fairy on the lid. And I just put fairy lights. I glued fairy lights all in it. And then the on and off is like out here, so I can click them on and off. And then you can just close it down. Okay, so I'm gonna get my pokey tool and see if I can get it up in there. I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue on here. Just so it holds until it can, that glue can dry. Wish I could find some glue that would dry on contact, but then I'd probably like, this glue is drying too fast. I want that to go up a little bit. Yeah, like that. Let me glue that right there. Yes, it's so much fun. So I've been thinking of the next event, what we're gonna do. Just gonna kind of fold that up. I don't want it to go down on her arm a whole lot, so I'm just kind of gluing that up. Probably gonna keep, if I had some stick pins, I would stick it in there. I don't have them right here. I feel like she needs something right here. Oh, my door's hanging open. Gotta close my door. There we go. Okay, so let's see what we put. Got these yellow ones right here. Put a yellow one. Let me see if I can make a small. Wish I had some smaller. Maybe I'll do this in half. Just going to fold that so I don't lose my wire. Right there. There we go. I just feel like it needs something around the neck. So we're going to see if we can just fold this in half. Kind of make a little ruffle collar. Trim that. Let's see if we can get it under there and then put the oh look, now it's going to stick now that I don't want it to. Okay, I don't want it all the way up on her neck. I just kind of want it to have like a little neckline. There, I like that. Well, thank you. Yeah, I used to dye my hair all the time, and it was like, why am I doing this? It's like a losing battle. So I've decided to embrace my gray and just be natural. I do need to cut my hair. Well, this is giving me a little booger. I need to stop messing with it. Okay, so we got a little collar right there. All right, so let's put her crown on. You know what? I think I want to put some trim around this black right here. Let me see if I can do that without messing things up. And then, like I said, we're going to have her sitting right here. And then I'm just going to put some more flowers around it. Let me get my black. So if we get a really thin line to go around that to kind of cover it up. Get the glue off. Thank you, Brenda. thin we can get this. I want it real thin. Let me try this one. I'm gonna have to get my glasses clean because everything's a little blurry right now. Get this as thin as I can. Like I said, I don't want it real thick to go around her face. Okay, I think that may be good. Okay, tell me you're Sam. Hi, Sam. Welcome to my page. So you picked a good day. It's dress-up day today. Thank you for joining. So we're just finishing out my little bee. We blinged up her wing. I just finished some of it. I put some rhinestones, but it was taking so long, so I'm going to finish that later. And so we're just going to, I put some ruffles on her dress, her sleeves. And now I'm just putting this little outline of black around her face. And then we're going to put a crown on her. I'm just doing this so it hides where we joined the two clays. Squishing it on there. I think I have too much glue. It's kind of slipping and sliding. And we also have to make her some antennas. Extra off. There, that cleaned her up a lot. There. They cleaned up all the, yeah, did somebody ask what I'm using? Liquid, yeah, Liquid Fusion. Whoa, 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 whoa. We got our black. All right. I have to figure out what I'm gonna have to get some stick pins and stick on there to make it stay. It's just not sticking. Helps if you take the lid off. So if you yeah, it's kind of hard to watch with a cat on your, work with a cat on your table. Okay, so if you have issues with your ruffles staying, just get some stick pins and kind of stick them in there until your clay dries, and then you can remove the pins. So that's probably what I'm gonna do once I get it off, because this is just not wanting to stay, and I don't want to mess it up. Okay, so what did I do with the lid? Keep touching that wet clay. All right, so we got this. Let's see if we can. Oh, I know what I was gonna do. I was gonna see. I am not good with drawing eyeliner. Every time I do it, it doesn't work out right, but I thought I'd see about doing a real thin line to go around her eyes to kind of give her some eyeliner. So we'll see, but it's gonna have to be real thin. He's like, I'm just trying to help. I'm crafty cat. Okay, so I just want this, like I said, real thin. Let's see how thin I can get it. And I've actually not done this either, so I'll try to be very careful because I don't want to mess her up. I do have eyelashes on her, but I think she needs some eyeliner. Okay, I'm going to be very careful. And just go right there on the inside. Kind of nervous. Like I said, I don't want to mess her up. Make sure I have no glue on my head. Well, at least yours is right there. My dog decides, you know, she wants to go get in trouble while I'm on a live, and there's nothing I can do about it. And then I get off, and she has torn up all the things. Okay, so I'm just going inside this eye. Just kind of press it down. don't think that looks too bad. I think that looks better. It makes her eye pop. So I'm gonna do the other side. I'm gonna finish blinging out the hearts and then put her crown on. So her crown will be right there. So she'll be Queen Bee, all blinged out. So let's see, I think maybe we have enough time to do this other eye real quick. We'll be quick. And then we're gonna go see how MJ is dressing up. I bet MJ does a good job dressing up. Okay, I'm just gonna go right there. Make sure we press it in there so it's not on our eye. We just want it inside that thing. Push that down. I'm probably over. Okay, so there's her eyes. And I'll finish her and then I'll post a picture. All right, thank y'all for joining me. Y'all have a blessed afternoon, and let's head over to MJ's page to see what she's doing today. Thank y'all for joining me. Bye-bye.